Joe. Long time no see, eh?
Ernesto, how do you recognize me?
Because every time you come in here, you wear the same disguise.
Man, you know, it's your fault, man. You wouldn't make such great pizza. I wouldn't cook.
Trouble at the airport again, huh?
Yeah. God, you know, you win a couple of meaningless little old Super Bowls, and these Cowboy fans, man, they just want to forget it.
Someday, maybe they forgive you.
Oh, yeah, they'll forgive me the day they close the Alamo.
You one of your usual? Yeah. One number 12 for Mr. Brad Smith. Smith.
Hey, you're not gonna make it?
Oh, no. I got a new guy. He's my protege. He's great.
But nobody tosses the dough like you, my man.
Terry, the tossing the dough, it is the easy part. It's the catching that's hard.
You know what? You sound more like Lynn Swan every time I come in here. The catching is the easy part.
You go see. He hasn't dropped one yet. Come on.
Hey, not bad.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey, Michael Irvin, what are you doing here?
There, you know, ever since we signed my boy Deion Sanders, Jerry's been a little strapped for cash. And we're all just trying to do our parts and pitch in by getting a second job.
I don't believe it.
Yo, man, believe it.
Week 11. Hey, no time to get the shakes. And don't be light of the head. Just focus on that prize. Dude, you're dead. It's the NFL on Fox. It's the showdown we've all been waiting for. The gloves are off for the boys and Niners. And for Deion and Jerry, winner takes all. The Niners are 5-4, and they need some Jungian therapy. Well, the Cowboys are looking super with Troy, Emmett, Michael, and the Big O shining bright. Atlanta's
The big day of football with you. Of the championship game in San Francisco, the Dallas Cowboys have had today's date circled on their calendar. Currently, with a record of 8-1, the Cowboys are perceived as invincible, while the 49ers enter today's contest beaten up and on the verge of collapse. Now, should the Niners lose today, it would mark the first time since the '91 season they have been at 500 this far into the schedule, and that was the last season they missed the playoffs. Now, Jimmy, you talk with the folks with the 49ers. What do they think about their situation?
Well, JB, they're upset, but they said, you know, don't pronounce them dead just yet. They said a win might just get that heart to pumping again.
49ers think they are watching a horror film, but they are living. And the fans, they have won their 4th game in a row. They did it by they lose to Dallas next week. They will be a 5-5 NFL team. To the Saints, and today the Carolina Panthers. You got to be kidding.
How do you respond to the critics that say, well, San Francisco's going downhill?
Well, I mean, that's premature. I mean, I think that we're certainly in a battle. There's no question about it. And not every year is going to be a 14-2, 13-3 or better type of season. There are occasions this is going to happen. Fortunately, it hasn't happened that often, and now we're having to deal with it.
What else are they having to deal with? First, replacing starting quarterback Steve Young, not to mention fullback William Floyd. But also changing an offense which has committed 8 costly turnovers the last 2 games.
We have made so many mental mistakes, and we hurt ourselves, and we lost ball games. So, you know, everybody's counting us out now, and this team is in need of a desperate win.
And winning this season has meant depending on the defense, something the 49ers are not accustomed to.
To see our offense struggle, you know, in some of the areas that they've struggled in here lately is really, you know, different for us because we're used to seeing that machine.
In years past, just get the ball back in their hands and they'll do something with it. We need to make sure they have as many shots at the end zone as possible, and that's a little bit different around here, that's for sure.
Today is the biggest challenge yet for this defense, and no one disagrees about the formula for success. Stopping the NFL's #1 ground gainer, Emmitt Smith.
So far, no one's been able to stop him. We feel it's going to be a good matchup. We are #1 against the run. They're #1 running the ball.
What do you have to do to slow down Dallas's offense?
probably put about 13 men on the field. They have some weapons, you know. I don't know. Emmett's never looked better.
There have been times where the 49ers have looked just as bad. In 1988, a slow 6-5 start put a black cloud over the then two-time champions. But a strong finish would result in a third world title. And the 1995 version will have to dig deep to mirror that finish.
We can't just hang on to threads of things that were done in the past. This team's got to stand up to the situation that we're in right now and start winning football games.
We're not feeling down. I mean, we're just like, okay, let's go to war. It's war now. And there's no home or away games now. They're just back alley fights. And that's the way the guys are taking it.
Steve Young said there is a deep pain in the socket of his shoulder. When he injured it, he said the ball rotated, tearing the membrane and ligaments there in the socket. And he said it really hurts every time he throws the football. That's why he's not going to start today.
And given his pain, certainly the Niners are feeling pain. But Howie, despite their skid to 5-4, I mean, there's no question this game has lost some luster, but you think not all of it?
Oh, it has some great matchups. If you love football today, folks, this is the game to watch. The offensive line of Dallas versus Norton in his comeback game to Dallas, and the two defensive tackles from San Francisco, Dion versus Jerry Rice, Michael Irvin versus Jerry Rice. Will Emmitt Smith be able to run the ball versus the #1 run defense in the NFL? And let's not forget, these two organizations flat out hate one another. Owner versus owner. The best fight might be up in one of those luxury suites.
This is, you know, so many times we don't talk about emotion, but I promise you this, the Dallas Cowboys have not forgotten that with 7 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the first quarter last year in the NFC Championship game, they were down 21-0 off of 3 straight turnovers. They won the game from there on 28-17. Emotion plays a part, and the Cowboys want to come out. I know in big games like this, I mean, I know how bad it is to hate somebody and want to beat them. And the Cowboys will win this thing in the first quarter
Closer
today.
than you think.
Hey, and I'm not far from you, big guy. Big bucket head. You know, I'm really getting a little tired of this guy bit over here. When's your next movie, anyway?
Keep it up, Howie. Keep it up. Simply amazing. While they continue to chat, Bradshaw did mention the Cowboys. They are, of course, on the other side of this story. And Fox's Pam Oliver joins us now live in Irving, Texas. And Pam, do the Cowboys, that's the question, do they feel they're unstoppable?
Well, they're certainly looking like a JB, but I think that's pretty dangerous thinking when you're on a mission like the Dallas Cowboys. They don't care who's in, who's out, who's healthy, who's not. I think they really want to go out and thrash the 49ers today, not just beat them, thrash them. That's how intense this baby could get a little bit later on this afternoon. But remember, the 49ers have not lost 3 straight games in 15 years, but that's exactly what they face unless they win today.
You'd have thought it was championship week in Big D with the number of TV cameras and crews converged on the Cowboys. But just how big is this game with Dallas a stellar 8-1 and the Niners slumping at 5-4?
We understand why they've lost the 4 games. Faced at this stage of the season, I don't think you can say this is a team that is not going to be in it or a team that is not as good as what we are. We don't believe that for a minute.
We have to send a statement to these guys that, hey, we're still the top dogs in this league, and we're not ready to release you that throne yet.
The Cowboys begrudgingly relinquished their throne last season, losing the NFC crown to their arch rival. That defeat halted Dallas's quest for 3 straight Super Bowls and stirred an emotional giant.
I went out and sat down in a car beside the bus, and my son opened the door, and I was crying. So that gives you a lot of resolve.
Can you sum up all the time and effort and money that you have spent to make this team better than San Francisco?
I've personally spent over $45 million in bonuses to not only put in place the players for the future so that we can have the best opportunity we can to play a game like we're going to play Sunday against the 49ers.
Who says money can't buy happiness? The Cowboys are certainly smiling on offense, best in the NFL. With weapons like Aikman, Irvin, and Smith, this team seems hard to stop.
What are the chances that the Cowboys could come into this game a bit overconfident?
It's one thing to go in there confident, overconfident enough that you can go out and do it,
But if you come in overconfident and don't go out and do it, then it can hurt you. But I think this team is definitely going to go in this game overconfident.
Every player's got to be said to himself, what happens if I don't do my job and we lose? It creates a fear, and it tells you, I better make sure I do my job.
All that confidence will come in handy. Despite the Niners' hobbled offense, the Cowboys must still contend with the league's best defense. But the most anticipated matchup pits one superstar against another, and it could get personal.
Partner here want to know about Jerry. Can you talk to him about Jerry a little bit? What's Jerry? Jerry Rice or the real Jerry Jones?
Going one-on-one with Jerry Rice is like what?
It's like a game of checkers. He move, I move. He move, I move. Somebody make the wrong move, they gonna get jumped. And when you get jumped, you gotta crown me. Now when you crown me, you go see me dance.
I also asked Deion what he would consider a good game against Jerry Rice, and he said it would not be to give up the big play, whether it's on third down or the deep ball. And deep is exactly how the 49ers may try to test Sanders today, because he missed a couple of days of practice this week with a sore hamstring. So that's one thing we'll keep an eye out for today. Let's send it back to James Brown in Hollywood.
All right, Pam, and here's a stat that might make you say, For the last 9 consecutive seasons, the Cowboys have lost their 10th game, and this is the 10th game of the season. Now, as we turn back, thank you very much, Terry, right on cue, to the big fella here. No doubting the Cowboys have some formidable weapons offensively and defensively. Do you think they're unstoppable?
Right now, they look to be virtually unstoppable on offense. You would compare this offense to the Steeler defense in the 70s, where 8 or 9 of their players could be on the field at the same time at the Pro Bowl. Some people have compared these two systems, San Francisco's system and Dallas' system offensively, saying Dallas has taken some facets of the Bill Walsh West Coast offense. The only thing these two offenses have in common is geographics. We're talking La Costa, Sid Gilman. Ernie Zampese brought this offense down to Dallas and has expanded it. This is an offense driven by players. San Francisco's offense is an offense that's driven by system.
Oh, don't think, if I look at this game, Troy Aikman in the last 2 games, 3 sacks in each game, 6 sacks, or 7 sacks total, and he had 6 interceptions. That's how the 49ers beat him. But today, what Pam said was the last statement, Jimmy, go deep. Cowboys, go deep. I don't give the 49ers any hope at all of winning this game.
Yeah, and the Cowboys are going to be at their best. Troy Aikman told me this week, what's motivating this team is they're competing with themselves, their very best. They're not competing with another team or another player or anything else. That's one reason why he's gone ballistic in the locker room a few times after wins.
And a big question right now is you look at all these great athletes on this Dallas team. I mean, in the collection, it's like a star-studded collection of athletes. Who's the best athlete on the Dallas Cowboys? Well, according to Jerry Jones, in this short period of time, Deion Sanders has distinguished himself as the premier athlete in Dallas.
Coattailing on Terry's point about going deep, all eyes will be on Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders. Will statistics determine the winner in that matchup?
He's got to have a healthy quarterback. You know, I know when we went up against Deion Sanders, Michael Irvin against Deion, when we had Troy Aikman, you know, when he was healthy, you know, Deion was at Atlanta. Because of the velocity and the accuracy of Troy Aikman, you know, Michael had a big game, half a dozen catches, nearly 100 yards. The next year with Bernie Kosar, he was afraid to go in there. Michael had 1 catch. Today, instead of Bernie Kosar, it's Elvis Gerbach.
Yeah, and they don't run the ball. I mean, Emmett has not run for 100 yards since 1993. Those tackles, Stubblefield and Young, they do a good job. They'll have to throw to win.
Okay, so numbers may not tell the story in the Deion-Jerry matchup. All right, folks.